Yo, what is up? Loudmouth Sports Talk, Loudmouth Sports Group. It is once again another episode of Loudmouth Off the Top Rope with the true champ of
I was a true champ.
the true
Loudmouth
champ,
Blues. You already
true
know.
champ, Sean, and my little sidekick bitch over here.
And you already know.
Loudmouth
The real
Luch.
face of the show. Loudmouth
Whatever.
Luch.
Man, a lot of work, a lot this week in wrestling, Luch. A lot this week in wrestling.
Oh,
Speaking of which, before we get into any of that, this draft that we had is a complete scam. I believe it's complete workover by you, and there is some controversy. I believe that there's a conspiracy that you have with the fans of Loudmouth. I think you messaged them to make sure that they pick your winners. Elisa having a hand in the cookie jar. I mean, it's just Courtney having a hand in the cookie jar, and everybody else, George Frisch, all of them are against me. I get it. I understand. I'm the one that created God created this show. I'm the one that went to the big bosses and said, "Hey, I'd love to do the wrestling show." I brought you on thinking that you would just be a great addition. Here you are trying to take over and try to take something away that I created.
exactly. My wife knows how it is. Someone's a little bitter around here.
Lisa
But
just
it's okay.
Lisa just needs. Here's the thing
It's
with Lisa.
okay.
Your wife just needs to shut her mouth and know her
It's
place.
okay. It's okay, Sean. We all understand. You're bitter. You're not as young as me anymore. You can't do what I do. And I get it. You can't pick what I pick. I understand how you think it's a setup because you can't pick anyone outside of Charlotte Flair for women and outside of Gargano when we're talking men. Or you pick like the same people week in and week out. So obviously, you have some learning to do. I told you last week to call my phone. You didn't do it. So the offer is still on the table, Sean. You can always call my phone and we can have this discussion. But until then,
And what discussion is that?
a discussion that we can have off of camera. Okay? This right here, this is business. This is our business. When you call me, that's our business. That's just me and you. That's family business. Okay? This is just work business. So you call me and we'll get to talking.
Mm-hmm.
But until then, this week of wrestling was on point for most of the part.
Most of the part was on.
Most of the time, it was on point. We had a few things that we're going to get into, believe me. But we're going to start with Raw. I did not get to see NXT. I did get to see some highlights, and I did not get to see SmackDown, but I did hear it was really good.
Unfortunately, I did not get to see any of this. Any episodes this week.
Well, we all know.
Due to business.
We all know. So, I mean, we open up Raw. We're going to start with Raw. We're going to open up Raw.
Yeah, let's talk Randy Orton mask.
The Randy mask. Now, I don't know how to take to it. We'll see how it was. People say the makeup was okay. Some people say the makeup was shitty.
I think the makeup was overdone on it. Here's my thing. If you're going to go with a mask for Randy Orton, I mean, go with something non-luchador. Seriously, that's something like a luchador would wear.
Yeah.
Go with something a little bit more intimidating, a little bit more scary.
So you want like a fiend type of, like a mask?
Go with a mask. I mean, not even a mask. Just go with something a little bit more dark. I mean, if Randy Orton's going to go into this dark heel character, which I know he can go into this dark character, go with something a little bit more dark for him. Maybe a half of a mask, like the good side, and then there's, of course, the bad side.
I mean, I'm liking what they're doing with it so far.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. It's just I think the mask situation could be a lot better. Cover up the bad side of what really got burned, and leave the good side. You know,
But how he was holding his face, it was like this. So,
yeah,
like, in a way, it kind of looked like she shot his whole face. So, I kind of get it. We'll see where it goes.
right.
We'll see where it goes, how they play it with the mask. But I'm loving it so far. And with that, speaking of like the Fiend and Alexa, we'll just roll to the playground. Alexa's playground.
I listen. I think Alexa's Playground is pure genius.
Gold.
It's gold, and
You don't have
can't.
the Firefly Funhouse.
No,
So
and
what do you replace it
here's
with?
the thing: is you don't. Here's the biggest thing. What I like also is that the writers don't have a hand in this. This is all Bray's doing, and Bray coming up with bringing Alexa on, which I think that was Bray's idea to grab Alexa, and coming up with Alexa's Playground. I think it's pure genius.
Well, yeah. I mean,
Uh,
it's been nothing but
pure
great.
genius from here next. And I love the transformation that they do with her in the matches.
Oh,
What she did with Asuka. I mean, getting the pin on Asuka
big.
works. Big works. Putting a belt on Alexa Bliss possibly. I don't see it, but I don't see how you make her lose to the champion without looking weak. I mean, maybe you go with a little bit of disqualification on Alexa Bliss's end. A count out. Maybe Alexa goes over the ropes and under the ring and isn't seen.
Or, I mean, it probably wouldn't be at the main event, so this probably couldn't happen. But what I would think to do is, since Bray is probably in hell, wherever he is, just have Alexa just drag her under the ring.
Yeah.
But you have to go through the mat. You can't go under the ring. You have to bring her through the mat.
But then you're getting into a whole Undertaker gimmick deal. That's like Undertaker shtick.
How many people have done that?
Kane and Undertaker have really the only two that have really only used the whole come through the ring and pull you through the ring.
And Bray's
done it, and I feel like that's more of Undertaker shtick. I think that with Bray, with that character, if you come from under the ring, it's almost like a boogeyman type deal. Like monsters under my bed, monsters under the ring.
But he's not he's a demon. He's not
a demon, but I mean, even demons.
So you have to drag him to hell. So how do you do that? You go through the canvas.
I get that, but here's the thing: like, if you watch a lot of demon movies, not all demons come from up. They can come from underneath, too. If you watch demon movies, they come from underneath the bed, so you can go in that route as well, especially with Alexa Bliss.
Possibly, but I mean, how they've been playing the playground is amazing. Stuff moving.
Yeah.
With the rocking horse and the swing. Don't sit there. That's where he's sitting.
Right.
All of that.
Don't mention. Do not say his name.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, and Alexa plays this part so well that from the beginning, I actually go back and think about it. Alexa Bliss should have been Sister Abigail from the door when they were bringing on Sister Abigail.
Maybe.
I think that if they would have put her in that situation as Sister Abigail, it would still be hot today running.
Like Wyatt family?
Wyatt family, Sister Abigail.
Would still be like hot.
Yeah, Probably. With how great Alexa goes into that dark character, I think Bray, the Wyatt family, would still be very hot in a sense that Bray would have beaten John Cena the
Maybe.
first time around.
Who knows? But I think that what they did is perfect because it gave Bray all of the creativity in his gimmick. And I think it wouldn't have happened completely. Yes, he had somewhat of the creative ability with the Wyatt family, but it still had to get approved.
Right.
Now it's like, hey, Bray, Vince knows you're okay. Do what you do.
Do what you do. Right.
So he grew that relationship. And I think keeping the Wyatt family, you want to grow that relationship to know Bray's real, true talents of being a fucking tremendous writer. So, yeah.
Yeah.
But going on from that, there's some shit going on in the Hurt business.
Yeah.
There's a...
Explain, Luch. I mean, those are your boys, right? The Hurt business are your boys.
Listen, they'll get over it. MVP will straighten it up. Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander. I think Cedric is a young guy. Getting the gold. It might be getting to his head a little bit. He needs to get knocked off his pedestal a little bit. And Shelton is there for that. But also Shelton put out a little thing saying, hey, since Shinsuke got his old theme back, where's mine? So is Shelton maybe going to take a step away from the Hurt business? Maybe, maybe not. We will see. But I think they're fine with a ad of Keith Lee. It will be perfect. And the Hurt business will be tremendous.
I just don't see Keith Lee going that route.
We'll see. I think it has to happen.
It has to. I'm not saying it's not supposed to, can't happen. It has to happen for him, but I just don't see them going that route with Keith Lee.
Well, we'll have to see.
Yeah.
Now, that's Styles. Listen. Woo! If you've watched AJ Styles like I have, and I mean through New Japan, through Impact, through TNA,
and if you've watched AJ Styles like I have through IWC, PWX,
back in the Stone Age, but you could still find those clips on YouTube, and I have seen those. He was good, but nothing like them.
No, nothing.
In a New Japan
he was such a young talent when he first came into business. I think he was only like 19 years old. So like seeing Styles, maybe when I saw him, he was like 22, 23 years old. He was just coming into his own. He wasn't even calling himself phenomenal at that point. He was just AJ Styles. I think the phenomenal part came when he went to TNA or New Japan. But that Styles Clash,
off the ropes, caught him. Styles Clash. Now, do I think this Styles Clash is like a stupid finisher? Yes. It doesn't look like it hurts. It doesn't look like it can do damage to an opponent. None of that. It doesn't look like none of that.
It's more of a stun to an opponent than anything. And his Styles Clash is a beautiful piece of art that you see in the ring. But to take a guy in from a suplex position, bounce him off the top ropes, and then catch him mid-air and finish it off, I mean, you can't get any better than that.
No, that's phenomenal. We're going to move on to AEW. We're going to start off with how AEW is taking -1 under like everyone.
I mean,
every single one of them.
Yes. -1, learning the business like he is amazing.
He's going to be a force to reckon with.
Yeah.
And he's going to know all parts of the business.
Right. And who he's working with in hand between Cody Rhodes, the Young Bucks. I believe Kenny Omega has a hand in it. Khan has the business end of it.
Even MJF,
everybody.
everybody.
MJF helping him with the promo end of things, of how to cut promos, is great. So,
my birthday was 2 days ago, you idiots.
Yeah. I mean, that's something that's an MJF moment right there. That's MJF all the way. And I think in 10 years he will be something in 10 years.
Could he be something in 10 years? Possibly. I really hope. I mean, he's under
Let's
the guidance.
let's just hope AEW is still around in 10 years.
I think it will be. But we have him under like you said, the guidance of Chris Jericho, Tony Khan for business, Cody Rhodes, all this to where he's going to be phenomenal. The main event, okay. Triple tag team match with the Inner Circle.
Here's my thing. During that match, I think I heard JR say, now you can agree with it or not. He said that the Sammy Guevara reminds him of a young Eddie Guerrero. I don't know.
Not yet.
I
have to see more.
A young Eddie Guerrero who reminds me of Eddie Guerrero is Angel Garza. Reminds me of an Eddie Guerrero.
See, I think more of Andrade.
Andrade it also reminds me of an Eddie Guerrero. Maybe Guevara reminds me of a new Rey Mysterio / Chavo / like one of the Guerreros.
Well, I think maybe it's because that's who he might have crafted his style around. Right. It might be something like that. But at the same time, I think that he is going to be something, and you give him a few more years, he is still young.
Yeah.
I still think, Sammy is kind of going through that Randy stage. Where, the Randy stage where he's getting messed up and he's doing stupid shit and he's saying shit backstage to get heat on him when he shouldn't be, because you're still a young buck. So
and going back to that match, let's talk about the horrible lion salt by Chris Jericho. Oh,
listen,
I thought he was going to break his neck.
I've been saying this for months. Chris Jericho needs to slow down on, let me make sure I can lift somebody, and you need to work on your cardio. You're getting gas, Jericho, quick.
Yeah.
Quick. Now, I get it. You are older, a lot older.
He is a lot older.
But
he's in his 50s, for Christ's sake. So,
yeah. But at the same time, we have a 7-year-old man taking a match. So, yeah. Speaking of that, what do you think of that?
What's that?
Sting getting back in the ring with Darby in a tag team match.
In a street fight.
In a straight fight. Sorry, yeah.
I think Darby will do a lot more of the fighting than anything. I think Sting will just bring out his bat and call it a day.
Maybe, or are we going to see a different Sting? We going not see a different Sting, but see a Sting that is rested, that is trained and ready to go? That's what I'm hoping to see. That's what I need to see. Are we going to get it? Probably not. Like you said, we're probably going to get Darby doing his things. Darby will bring out probably attack board, attack skateboard, attacks in some way. Sting with the bat, like you said, and that's what we'll get.
Yeah.
But
speaking of which, I'm going to hate doing this to the fans, folks, but I'm going to let Loudmouth Luch continue this program on his own. Friday night, when I went to work, I got the first round of COVID shot, and since then I've been feeling like garbage for the past day and a half. So it hit me like a ton of Brits, the headaches, the fever, the body aches, and the tiredness. So with that said, Luch, I believe you can handle the show from here on out.
Yeah,
I will be watching from abroad. And I will see you guys here next week for the prediction show for Royal Rumble.
Yep.
All right, man. Peace out, and
All right.
talk to you after.
All right, peace. So, guys, we were at AEW. So, the reffing in AEW to me is starting to get out of hand. You have people not doing they're not counting when the your tag partner is in the ring. They're not counting the people outside of the ring. They're pinning while the other person's their partner's in the standing. And I understand they're trying to do something different with the tag division. The reason they don't have ropes on the turnbuckles, that you don't have to hold the ropes. Only ones that have to is when you have a match against FTR because it's in their contract. So, yeah, I think they're missing a lot of that. Their reffing needs to be tightened up, in my opinion. I'm not a big fan of it. But, yeah, that was – and like I said, the main event to me was like Botchamania. Botchamania to me, it was Chris Jericho's line saw. People weren't – like the moves weren't going through correctly they weren't in sync is my problem, I think. I think nobody was in sync that day, and it just threw everybody off. But we're going to go to Impact, and Impact actually wasn't bad this week. You had Hardy bring out Private Party and challenge James Storm and the one of the Motor City Machine Guns. I think it's Alex. Forget his. Totally drawing a blank. Motor City Machine Gun and James Storm versus Private Party to see who would face Doc and Gallows. Doc and Gallows for the Impact Championships, Impact Tag Team Championships. And Private Party actually won. So, in my opinion, that means this partnership is going great with AEW and Impact because you're having Impact stars come to AEW now, and now AEW is going to Impact more than just Kenny Omega. Kenny Omega, though, is killing it with this whole thing with Don Callis. I think it's great. I think it's hilarious. The painting was, oh my God, I thought it was hilarious. I seriously was laughing my ass off. But, we have like I said, Private Party. Then the Bucks beat up Don Callis. That then they show his eye on Impact or on AEW, and Kenny Omega. What happened? We'll get them. Like I said, I did miss SmackDown and NXT, so I'm sorry for that. But I did hear Kevin Owens snuck up on Roman Reigns, which did that match. Paul Heyman had a match with Adam Pearce, and then Paul Heyman said, "I'm hurt. Now your match is with Roman." Stuff like that. Sean informed me because I guess he watched or he saw highlights. I just didn't get to see. NXT, I didn't see really anything on it. I will end up watching it before next week's episode comes, but yeah, I didn't watch this week's. I just missed it. But wrestling news this week, WrestleMania 37, 38, and 39 are confirmed. 37 will be in Florida. I believe which stadium? I'll look it up for you guys real quick. But I'm thinking, I forget which stadium, like I said, in Florida, but it is in Florida. They're trying to have fans in attendance. It's not 100% confirmed yet. They're trying to have anywhere from 14 to 24,000. I saw. So if that happens, that'll be pretty big. Be the first event in over a year of wrestling to have fans other than indie shows. So, yeah, 37, like I said, is in Florida. 38 is in Dallas, which is my prediction is they're going to put Undertaker in the Hall of Fame in Dallas. Texas, he's a Texas boy. That's what I'm thinking. 39 is in Hollywood, and 40 could be in Las Vegas. Not, like I said, totally not confirmed. If it's in Vegas, I would love for it to be. If it is in Vegas, I'm going to try my hardest to be there. And if they do induct Taker, I would like to be, even if I don't go to that Mania, I would like to be at least Hall of Fame. Let me see real quick where they're going to be. Tampa Bay, the SoFi Stadium. So, yeah, like I said, they are trying 14 to 24,000 is the number I saw. If that happens, I mean, I think it'll be pretty big for WWE. Do I think tickets might be a little bit more than normal? Yeah. But we'll see. Then these AEW commercials during Impact are hilarious. Tony Khan, he might not be – I might not think he's the smartest when it comes to doing some stuff in wrestling, but when it comes to like kind of like cutting a promo, I don't know if he's having help, but it's hilarious. And like I said, the partnership is going great. I mean, fantastic. And then, like Sean was mentioning before the draft, we are still having the draft. We're going for 30 days. So Sean there is a way for Sean to come back, but he has been getting swept for 2 days straight. So we'll see. But I mean, the week of wrestling didn't have too much, but the biggest thing in my opinion was Ryback and Mark Henry feud. Supposedly Mark Henry said something that Ryback said Mark Henry isn't safe in the ring, which made Mark, Henry respond and say, like, out of everybody, you're saying that? Are you serious? And obviously that's going to cause tension between, because Ryback cannot stay out of the wrestling world, wrestling business. I don't know why. I wish he would, but he's just annoying. But when you have Ryback going up against Mark Henry and then Chris Jericho gets involved saying Mark Henry is one of the safest guys I ever worked with, and then you have people going no and this and that, like, excuse me, but like I was saying, with Mark Henry, I think I've read a few things that he's injured a few people, but never anything that's crazy. Ryback has injured how many people? Punk twice. Cena. I mean, how many people has that man injured? And he's just stiff in the ring. He's not that good. His promos are trash. Ryback says anything to stay relevant, and that's the problem, I think. I mean, obviously it's working in ways because he is staying relevant. We're talking about him on the show, but I just think that he needs to, because he always says he wants to come back. He's been teasing it. AEW, working with contract, and I'm just like, what is going on? I hope AEW wouldn't do that. I don't think Cody would sign him just because of kind of like the jackass that he is. So I don't see that happening. But I mean, other than that, I haven't seen too much. Let me check real quick if there's been any other news. But one thing I do want to say is to whoever is watching, we do have 13 to 14 spots left for the men's Royal Rumble and 18 to 19 spots left for the women's. It is $5 if you want to get in. And there's numbers ranging from up to 2, 3, 4 to I think 30. So we still have 30 for the women's or 30 for the men's. And so we still got some really good numbers available for the Rumble. If you guys do want to message me, Sean, or a admin, and we can give you guys the Cash App or Venmo to and just put in the title Royal Rumble, and we'll get you your numbers, however many you get. The max you can spend is $30, which would get you 6 spots in the Rumble. And you can pick either 6 in female, 6 in male, or 3 in each. And that will be obviously on the Royal Rumble. We're going to be streaming it so you guys see our reaction. And then you guys get to see who wins. We will all see who wins. And hopefully we'll have some of the admin over and everything. We'll have like a little Royal Rumble party. I know, I don't know, Devin, if you're watching, but I know my boy Devin's coming over. Sean is coming over. And I don't know about anybody else, but we will be live streaming, I think, a few family members. So tune in. And like I said, if you guys want a spot, message the admin. And guys, as always, don't forget bombshellbowling.com/loudmouth sports talk for all your loudmouth merch. I don't have my shirt on today, but it's upstairs packed because I'm going away. So get your merch. And if you guys want in the Rumble, let us know. And until next time, it's your boy, Loudmouth Luch, on Off the Top Rope. And we'll see you next time. Peace.